Well, hello guys, and welcome back to another Massachusetts Central Radio Show. I'm your humble host, Mike Como, or Mike Como. I heard everything. Just want to clear one thing out. I heard everything when I was a kid. Como, Comio, Como, um, Kameu, Com A O, um, just about just about everything else under the sun. So, thought I'd show you guys something real quick. You guys are looking at that number. Last full charge was 40 hours ago, and it's on 4% in about 40 hours. Yeah. I'm just gonna hook this up real quick so it can charge. I have to clean the charging port because I don't want that seizing up on me again, because that was the Achilles heel. And you guys are looking at this. That's not coming out. That's not coming out as good. See, I have to give it a nice firm tug. That's what I want. So, so yeah, that's going to be charging for. Charging rapidly. How long will it take? All right, it's charging rapidly because it's fast charging. So I wanted to get that out of the way. So that's another milestone on the battery. So it goes to show. And I've had that off the hook since Thursday. Since Thursday. Since Thursday morning. At about 7:30. So that's pretty damn good, actually, considering all things considered. And so yeah, that's really, really good. I wanted to come to you guys because my week has been stellar. It has been awesome, and it has been just flat out bonkers. So tomorrow I finish off my what will be the final full week. Well, what will be the first to last full week of February. Tomorrow is Saturday the 20th, and then we will go through the 21st through the 27th, and then, well, we'll go through 21st through the 28th, and I believe 28th will be Sunday, and then Monday, March 1st is obviously, Monday, March 1st is obviously the Day of Reckoning. So, so yeah, it's been good. It's been a good week. It was a fast one today. It was 6:30. It was 6:30 before I knew it. So it was an awesome day. It was a great day, and it was an amazing day. I hope you guys enjoyed your week. I hope it was fun. I'm feeling awesome right now, so I can't complain. And I think it's because of my friends, my family, God for giving me this opportunity to start anew. I haven't felt like this in 5 years, energy-wise, but I haven't felt this 5 years energy-wise, but I haven't felt like this enthusiastic of actually doing something and going someplace since I liked going to the Target store and working there, but I didn't have the same energy back then because it was sort of a grind grudge match back then, because we had so much going on. Which leads me to my next topic. I was telling you guys I was going to touch upon this at some point. You guys are probably wondering, so what in God's name happened now I highlighted it multiple times in my 2016 2017 videos, but I never gave you guys the full synopsis on what happened to April and what really went on, and what happened really with that whole thing, and just what caused things to transpire. And I'm probably going to take forever to talk about this, so I have 15 minutes before midnight, and I'm going to use those 15 minutes. So this is going to be like a 20-minute video, maybe. So don't worry, I'm not going to burn all your time, but I hope you guys watch. Proper radio show episode before I go to bed, because I need to put myself to sleep and do everything. So for those of you who do not know, for those of you, I'm going to explain it. You guys are probably like, oh, so why were you helping April all those years? Why were you doing this? Why were you giving her the light of day, or the time of day, or not the light of the day, but the time of day? Now, I'm just going to premise this by saying a lot of when we first met, I thought she was talking a lot. I thought she was very talkative. I thought she was a little too talkative. But I will tell you, I came to know that talkative, very intelligent young lady that I knew, and it was always good to have a conversation and learn something from her in the break room, and that was all great. And then that was back from 2012 to 2013, 14. Then around 2015, of course, we had a manager that wasn't so great, and stress was really bad for everybody. Even though I was only there one a day, I could feel the effects of what was happening. And so eventually, we all went through the motions, and she never really felt like the corporation was bad, because she always felt that like they treated her nicely. And then her other corporation treated her well as well. And then fast forward to the August of 2016, and that all changed. So what happened was, guys, is the story was, and now that we're both out of Target, I can tell the story. I don't mean to say this in a negative light or anything like this, but it just began a battle of relentlessness, anxiety, some sleepless nights, probably some crying on her end. I'm gonna guess. She probably cried herself to sleep at least many times. And she was probably upset more than I probably could count, and I'm pretty sure my words helped, and my presence helped. But what happened was, she was working produce one day, and she was making watermelon boats, and one of the watermelons came down and grazed her arm good enough to where it hurt her wrist. And what happened was, she was looking to get workers' comp, and she was filing a claim, and the claim didn't get taken care of, and it took them like 2-3 months to do it. And by the time, so basically, this happened in August. This happened in August 2016. She was ready to jump ship and go get another job, and unfortunately, she had to put that all on hold when the wrist broke. So over the next, August, September, October, November, December, January, 6 months rolled by. Of course, I was helping her out, being the gentleman I was. She was showing me, just how bad the swelling was, and the reason why she couldn't get proper medical care, or she couldn't do it on her own, is because she didn't have health insurance. That was problem number one. So the idea was, she would go to a full-time job and get health benefits. Unfortunately, she was, at that time, her parents kind of pushed her to get Mass Health. She didn't think she had it available. She didn't think she was going to be able to not afford it, because Mass Health is private insurance. Because I had it, and I had the same amount of hours she did, and she still didn't think she would be eligible for it, and stuff like that. She would get that later, but not when I was in the picture. I'll explain that in a few moments. So she you know, she went to a bunch of interviews, and I'd help her out, and I'd calm her down and really just soothe her soul a little bit. It helped her out. I would encourage her to do well in her interviews. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, she and I fought like mad. And I would text her every day. I'm like, "Good luck on this interview. You know, how do you think you did?" And she was like, "Okay." And then go for a Permark, another place, and then she tried to do a Brightview, which was a senior living place, and she ended up almost getting in there, and nothing happened. At the same time, she was also trying to get workers' comp and do whatever she needed to. Sadly, at the end of the day, I think it was around June, July-ish that she sort of realized that it was too far gone. And she lost feeling in her wrist, which is still prevalent today, unfortunately. So, and we pushed and pushed and pushed, and she was never able to do it. And I did everything I could do to motivate her to do that. Unfortunately, I was going to do a little bit more, but unfortunately, around July-ish, around June, July-ish, we got this new manager in our section. We got an ETL in our section, and my God, this lady was a true piece of work. I'm not going to say anything derogatory, but I'm just going to say and leave it that she was a real piece of work. She was really, there was, if I could sense pure evil, if this lady, this woman was pure evil. She didn't care about anything else but her reputation. She didn't care about anything else but her success, and she would literally get your respect through fear. It was really, really, really horrible. And she started penalizing people, and I think around October when April started to call out, because after that I don't think she felt very well. I think she had problems health wise. I think it might have been wrist related. It might have been anxiety from, because her parents were forcing her to, asking her to get a 40-hour job so she could get out of there, because they were fearing at the time that as the wrist became a problem for Target, which it didn't, it would pretty much be, and all that anxiety, she got sick a lot, she had to call out a lot, and over time, the new manager basically didn't like that, started taking her hours down, and she got stressed, and she emotionally, from the reports I heard, she would emotionally just damage her spirit, and I was able to contact her through Messenger and stuff like that, but unfortunately, I think in October of 2016, I had to deal with some of my own stuff, and it became a little too far to hand in April, and I drifted apart. And I made the decision to do that. But as you guys know, if you guys watched the vlogs back then, you guys will know that I figured it out that they were doing this obviously because they wanted one less distraction between the two of us, even though we were probably maybe one of the best guy-girl teams all time in that store. We were like, April and I were like Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire, just to point it out. And I didn't believe that was the case. In the back of my mind, I didn't think there was anything wrong with what was going on with April, and I just thought, this isn't feel right. Something in my stomach didn't feel right, but you know what? So what ended up happening was she got into a relationship around December of 2017, and you guys are probably wondering, oh, wasn't there some interest? Wasn't there some interest in there? Wasn't there some interest on your end? Weren't you smitten with this girl? I'm just gonna tell you guys and reveal it right here. I was. Don't worry. There were feelings. There were feelings between us, but we really couldn't. There were some feelings between us. I could really tell, but unfortunately, between that and the parents wanting her to get a 4-hour job, she couldn't do that, and I understood that. And I said, "Well, we gotta wait till we get out of here, then maybe." But I found out later why she never dated anybody, why she rarely dates people. I'm not going to go into that. I've figured that all out, and we're friends now, and we just want to be, she has her piece, I have my piece, so it all goes there. So, and I'll also get to that in a moment as well. So, so what ended up happening was that relationship with her boyfriend. He was out of state. He was from New York, I believe. Guy would drive. This guy would literally drive in snowstorms just to see her, and he kind of showed up unannounced. So, he was there from what I learned is he was kind of a self-centered prick, and he wasn't a very good guy. To her, he would just show up and he would shower her with affection. But unfortunately, from what I learned later on, it was all about him, and that kind of came to play when she went to Anime Boston in April 2018. I was shocked and I was in horror from what I heard. So I went up to her one day and I said, "Hey, how was Anime Boston?" She goes, "Oh, it was great up until my boyfriend decided to scare the living crap out of me." And so what ended up happening was with that is the boyfriend came up from behind her and grabbed her when she explicitly told him not to do it. Even I knew that. Even I knew not to do that or surprise her, and all that other stuff. So he surprised her and told her to get off, and I said, "Oh, can I go up to my room? I'm going to do some stuff." Starts texting her nonstop, and to the point where she told him, "Don't text me again, please, I need my time," and stuff like that. And at that point, I believe his personality was getting to him, and I believe there was a breaking point right there, and so much that she had to have the phone. The friends had to take the phone away, and they basically called the cops, and he had to take the ride in the back of a cop car. And the Boston PD basically had to question him of why a New York security guy or a police officer had to actually broke the law. This guy was a police officer for some backwater town in freaking New York, of all places. I know a lot of good people from New York. I know Thomas Gilkey. I know Jen Thoreau, who's my favorite counselor in the whole wide world. And I know a ton of other people from New York. But this guy, typical backwater type New Yorker guy in the middle of nowhere. I believe, I forget where his department is, but wherever that guy is. But if you're watching this video, sir, you know who you are. You're that guy that ruined my friend's life. So, and I was like, "Oh no, that's terrible." And I said, "Hey, I'll help you, whatever else." She's like, "Oh, I'm good, I'm okay." I'm like, "You can." It's just good that it was just good that I put that in there and I talked. So yeah, and then as you guys know, if you guys watched the vlogs from 2018, I basically fought back, and we basically came to an understanding at the end of 2018 that we were friends again, and that kind of helped us fight the next stuff, which I'm probably going to save for another time, but yeah. So, but looking back on all that now, and some of the moments we shared, it kind of makes the friendship, having this friendship intact still, and all the changes we've had to go through, makes that friendship ever so special. So, and And that's the reason why she's never going to do retail ever again, and she's never going to delve into it, because I think there's just too much trauma. That's just what it is. And I feel bad that happened to her, and stuff like that. But at the same time, I feel awesome now that I've straightened things out and stuff like that. So, but I'll tell you guys the rest of that story at some other point. But I just tell you guys that that's what happened, and the man who taught me how to do that was the guy up in the sky, the three people in the sky, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, and they are the ones who taught me to be a gentleman and fight back and everything like that. So, so I think that split in our friendship at that point was really good. It was kind of the moment we kind of needed. It strengthened us. It hurt us for a bit, but it kind of strengthened us and got stronger and stronger and stronger, to the point where she actually did trust me for the rest of her life, and she still does, because anytime I message her on Facebook wishing her happy birthday or Valentine's Day or something like that, she always responds back, and she's great for that. Even if she sees the message, I know she's watching. So, and I feel when I'm doing my work, I feel her spirit with me. So, I feel her personal spirit with me. Even though she's living, I feel part of her is with me, fully inside my body. So, spiritually. So we are kindred spirits. So, all right, you guys. I already banged on enough. I will see you guys tomorrow. I will do a shorter one. I will tell you guys how the week went, and I'm going to go on for another adventure tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then. Peace out, everybody. I usually don't do it, but I want to just say, pray for my friends, pray for all the souls out there that we've lost. Pray for all those souls, that let them all find the light and let them all recover, especially anybody with COVID. Please, God, please let them recover, please. And let's get all through this and make sure we all be socially aware of what we're doing. So, which I know a good majority of us are. So, peace out, everybody, and I'll see you guys later. Good day.